Hello, vlog family. We are currently working on planting some iris bulbs that I got from Kristen from before we moved, and we kind of sort of forgot about them until just now. So we got this planter that we've had, and Mom's currently working on popping them all in there. And she said that they're all fine, so we'll find out. I'm not a plant person, or I'm not good at it that much, so we'll have to see just how fine they are. But we already found him a little buddy. I'm filming my first video with my new camera today, and it's gonna be an adventure. I'm making myself some coffee because I'm on the verge of falling asleep. I filmed a video with the camera. This is the aftermath of that setup. I have my ring light way up there. I have my camera on its tripod over there, and I'm working on editing it right now. I'll tell you, once you start getting into the world of cameras and equipment that goes along with that, like lighting and sound and the visuals and everything that's involved with it, it's so easy to fall down the rabbit hole of finding newer and better equipment and wanting everything to be the best that it can be. And as a result, like I'm looking at the footage that I took, and I'm like, oh, I had the ring light too bright. Like, this footage makes the entire thing look gray. I'm having to relearn this camera, where I've gotten so used to this camera that I know more or less what lighting works well with it and how it affects it, and everything's automatic here, like the focus and everything. I don't do anything with this camera. My phone. I'm talking about my phone. But with that, the focus and everything is manual, so I have to adjust it manually to where I want it to. So if I move, it's not going to manually follow me. And the lighting changes. If I move too much, the lighting will readjust, which I'm not used to it doing. And so this video, I've had to adjust the lighting for all of it in post because it was too washed out and it made me look almost sickly. Just everything was gray. Like, it looked almost black and white. So I had to up the saturation and do all sorts of stuff to fix it, which then throws you into this rabbit hole of lighting, where you're learning about lighting and about all of these effects and about equipment to better light things, to give you a more natural looking light in your videos. And then the audio on the camera has this like noise in the background. So then I had to film the little practice clip and play around with it in post to see if I could get rid of that background noise without making my voice sound too tinny as a result. Because I'm using iMovie. I don't have really fancy editing equipment. So I have to work with what I have, so it's not going to be perfect by any means, but it's so easy to just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into the world of cameras and equipment and all of that. I wish I had somebody who was close to me that I could hang out with that knew about all of this stuff to show me like really good equipment and to demonstrate how to make the most out of the stuff that I have. But I mean, until I find somebody like that, I'm going to just keep playing around with it. So if you're watching my videos and you notice that the volume or the audio quality changes, or the lighting changes, or different things are different, it's because I'm still learning and I'm figuring it all out. But I think it's absolutely fascinating. I love all of it. But I'm also falling asleep. So I had to text. Dan texted me when he was on break and asked how I was doing, so I filled him in, and then I said I had to ask him if he would walk me through how to make a cup of coffee because I don't know the proportions, and I'm scarred from one experience of trying to make him coffee and making it way too thick. I did not add enough water, and I added way too much coffee grounds, and it was sludge. I'm slightly scarred from that experience. Dan told me the amount of water and the amount of coffee that I needed to add, so I made myself a cup of coffee, and I think it's done, actually. I'm gonna get some coffee. Mom and I are going to go for a little drive and then take a little walk to go see the mules down by the canal and feed them some apples. And I'm pretty excited to meet some mules and to say hi and to make new friends. Also, we haven't watered those since we've planted them, and I'm a little afraid that they are just completely dead. But it'll be great for Halloween. Mom fixed it. Hey, the mules. Mule, mule, mule. Also, side note, looking around at this little pen, and why does this look exactly like something I would make in Zoo Tycoon? Like, this is the extent of what my zoos would look like. Like, you have the little open shelter, the food trough, a salt block, a big open space, and then a couple of trees for aesthetic. Then this real just awkward fence going all the way around it. The mules ignored us, so now we're going for a walk. That tree puts on shows every weekend and twice on Fridays. That's what all the bleachers are for. It's a really, really popular tree. Mom doesn't want to go any further because she says this is too high. I told her if she just looks on the other side, it's not high at all because the water is raised to be right up level with this while it drops down on that side. But, oh well. The sign says we're not allowed to op, no opping or standing. So Mom has decided that opping means crossing. Yeah, this is a really nice trail. This is actually the first time I've ever walked down this trail, which is surprising, but there you go. But it's very, very nice. It's very peaceful. It'd be really good to bring bikes down and bike, which there's a lot of people biking all over. We have another nest full of baby birds. And that mama looks frazzled. Dan came home from work yesterday and showed me this mac and cheese that he bought for me. And it's this really adorable mac and cheese that everything is shaped like dogs. And, well, let me just get the box and show you. It's this super cute mac and puppies with all the shapes. And look at how cute these shapes are. They're so little. And this is what it looks like all finished. And it is delicious. So I might see if he's willing to pick me up some more because it's so good. I'm hanging out at Amanda's house today, and me and Sophia are hanging out for the day, and we are busy catching some bugs. So we caught a little moth. You can see him right there in the corner hanging out. And Sophia put together this really cool exhibit for them, and and so we have just been busying ourselves trying to catch some bugs. All right, this is our final catch. We got this moth right there. We found another one. We got all the way over there hanging out. And then earlier, we also caught a grasshopper. He's hanging out somewhere in here. Do you see him at all, Sophia?
Right there.
Oh yeah, look at him. He's huge, right there. Hanging out. And look at how cool he is. Oh, he just bounced away. There he is.
He did this with his.
Oh yeah, his antennas moved. Look at how cool he is. So high five. Yeah. I'm gonna show off some of Amanda's house because it is a Harry Potter, Star Wars dream house. This is her shelf, like when you first walk in the door, of all of the Harry Potter stuff, and it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful. And then right near their fireplace, they have flue powder, naturally. Then we have this really cool piece for Star Wars right there. And look at all of that light shifting and how beautiful that is.
And also look at the hallway.
We have all of this really cool Star Wars stuff and this awesome poster on this wall. And then my personal favorite piece is on this wall. You turn it around. I can't even fit all of it in here. I'm gonna have to like angle off to the side. Look at how beautiful that is and how massive it is.
That might
Look at how cool that is. That is so cool.
We have this and this.
Yes, and then you have Ollivanders. No muggles beyond this point.
And also, I have something in my room.
Something in your room? Okay. Oh, cool. Sophia has this in her room. That is so cool. Amanda and Eric's room is split right down the middle. You have Star Wars and just so many Star Wars things. And it's beautiful. And then the whole other half you have dedicated to Harry Potter and Guardians. And then this absolutely beautiful masterpiece that is their blanket. This house is legit just like a little, like, it's a treasure hunt every single time you come to find all of the different, like, gems of things all over. Sophia made this awesome clock, and she said that she made this whole tree right here.
All by myself.
That's so cool. And you said this was a squirrel?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, and I also made the body and the tail out of a paper plate.
That is so innovative, and I love it. And then you have this beautiful Gryffindor tapestry. Ministry of Magic this way. Very accurate.
In the toilet.
All right, now it's pool time. We have this massive sea turtle that we're gonna be riding.
I'm going to ride it first.
Okay. How cold is it?
Not really bad.
Okay, that's good. We're over at my brother and sister-in-law's house, Dan and I are, because we're cat sitting for them while they're out of town. And their one cat, Iggy, is a bit skittish, so she's hiding. But this is their dog, Link. He is very much dog-like. He's probably the most dog-like cat I've ever met. And Dan absolutely loves him. So we're hanging out here for a little bit, loving on the cats and taking advantage of their TV because they can get sports and we can't. So we're currently watching the Cubs St. Louis game and having a great time of it. There's the cat. So you have dog cat, cat. It is Saturday now. I've been spending most of my day today working on sewing. I spent actually a lot of yesterday sewing as well. One of my friends saw one of my recent vlogs and said that they wanted a Loch Ness monster, Kristen actually, and so I decided that I'm going to make her a Loch Ness monster, so I had to make a first one to practice with first, which is this little guy hanging out right here, and his head is all wobbly because there's like stuffing that won't stay right there, so he just kind of has a neck issue, but we won't talk about that. But other than that, I think it actually turned out really cute. There you go, this neck brace. So I am now working on practicing embroidery, and I have a few different designs that I've done already, but I'm just practicing on paper. I have a little poodle outline right here that I just practiced. And then you can see there's two different kinds of stitches there, and then the rest of the body is something different because I'm just experimenting with all the different kinds. And sewing on paper allows me then, when I'm done, to just rip it all out. And then I still have all of that thread that I can reuse for other things and not waste it, and then it's gone and I never get to see it again. So, but my entire table currently is an absolute disaster because that's what I've been doing. This guy, in order to get it to be this size, I had to scale the printout to 200%, and it printed out on 6 different pages, so I then had to tape it all together. So that was what I was working with, along with some of the other pieces. This is the current state of the puzzle, which, can I move things out of the way so you can see? Kind of, sort of. There you go. That gives you the general idea of how far along that I am. But that's been my last 2 days, essentially. I'm gonna keep working on practicing embroidery and drinking my coffee and editing this vlog. So I hope you guys have had a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.